Greetings, it's Natia Cecilia. So, I recently went to a place where I consider this to be a very spiritual place. I thought they were more advanced, and I still do think they are more advanced than a lot of other places of worship, or what you might call religion, or whatever the case may be. But while I was there, somebody said something to me. They said that they were giving me some advice, and the advice they gave me was that I needed to cover my breast. So I said, okay. But in that moment, I was woken up. A light bulb went off, and I said, why are there no places of worship? Why are there no religions where it's okay for a woman to be a woman? Because this person told me that because I'm showing my breast, that I would elicit parts of sex to the men there. And sex was the last thing on my mind, and I wouldn't expect anybody there necessarily to be attracted to me either. But nonetheless, she said it would still attract thoughts of sex. So I said, it's that easy, huh? It's that easy to turn all these religions upside down. All you got to do is show some breasts, or get these, because they all got this same theme. Women should cover up, not show their breasts, because the men will, get turned on and, I guess, sin, or, stop being holy, or whatever the case may be. And I really thought these people to be so far advanced that they were in control of their sexual natures and desires, because they're constantly talking about not having sex and not having children and no more births and all of this. So I figured, hey, this ain't nothing. They're not looking at me. They're not paying attention to me. But clearly, they have a weakness. All these cult religions do. They all have this weakness, and sex is their weakness. Women are their weakness. The breast, the bosom of women are just women in general is their weakness. And I was like, well, it's that easy, huh? It's that easy. A little cleavage. So I said, well, why don't we have somewhere where it is just okay for women to be women, for women to show their breasts, for women to, have stretch marks, for women to be beautiful, for women to speak, to have a voice, for women to be okay, for women to be free. Because a lot of these religions, they cater to the man. It's catered around what he wants. So he doesn't have any anxiety. He doesn't really have to control anything other than whether, his phallus gets hard or not. And apparently he can't control that either. So that's all he really has to worry about. And everybody else has to sort of revolve around how much control he can have around whether or not his phallus gets hard, because a woman walks in with breasts. I don't personally get it. I don't know if they see the weakness in their doctrines or their teachings, albeit, that's their decision, right? But I really think that there needs to be somewhere for women where they can be at peace with themselves, right? Because how can I be spiritual? How can I, as a woman, ascend in any of these cultures or religions? And, I was not necessarily there looking to, be fully immersed into their teachings or anything like that. Of course, at the same time, I'm not there to disrespect either. But how could I, as a woman, or anybody as a woman who may be following these things, really fully be there if you have to be concerned about all of that, whether you are what's going on in another person's head, in another man's head. um I don't feel like you can really commit yourself. I can never really commit myself to a religion or a culture where no matter what is written down or what their teachings are, they're still looking at my breast. My breast is still the determining factor in whether this religion, this culture, this practice stays or not, right? Whereas as a woman, if there was a place for a woman, you'd be more free, more relaxed, not so, you know, to me, fake. Because all that stuff is fake to me. If you mean to tell me that, you know, your religion says this about sex and all this and all that, but the minute you see my breast, you forget all your teachings, or somebody else is concerned about whether somebody else is going to forget about their teachings, that they're just going to, you know, throw it all away, right? Because they saw some breasts or some ass or a pretty face or whatever the case may be. So I've really been pondering, and I've really felt like that is the direction that I kind of want to go in a little bit more. I want to delve into, and it's a reoccurring theme that keeps coming up to me to journey and to voyage through the goddess path. And I've already been on it. I've already spoke about some of my experiences and all that, but it's a reoccurring experience for me, and I feel like that a lot of these other religions and cultures, they were, obviously, and if you look into history, you'll probably see that a lot of them were there just to replace the goddess and so forth. Because I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, you got statues of women with breasts, and are you serious? Are you serious? My little, well, you can't see anything now, but I'm like, really? And I was feeling dope in my little dress, but maybe that was a problem. I was looking a little too good, but nevertheless, that has been my meditation lately, and I feel that it's a really good one. It's one that really kind of resonates with me, and one that I may have not taken so seriously before. But that night, it was like, no, you mean to tell me that I could just, all this money that y'all have invested, all this prayer and chanting, you mean to tell me if I go like this, it's over with? I was like, nah. I was like, that's weak. I was like, if that's the case, we need somewhere, where women can be women. Because it's like, why do I have to keep on covering up? I have to keep on putting layers. I have to keep on suppressing myself. And I have to keep on appealing to the men and the man and who doesn't even know me, who doesn't care about me, who can't control himself. I can't be part of that. Not that I was really looking to, but they do have a very welcoming policy, or and they can be found in a lot of different places. So I do like to attend sometime, because to me it's very uplifting, and you get to meet other brothers and sisters who are a little on the conscious side, cultural side, Afrocentric and so forth. So it was really a good place for me to be at. But you're going to run into things like that. But for me, it was a positive experience, because I was like, well, hey, I'll just start my own little, I'll just do my own little thing where, I could be free. And, we already have that in Black supremacy. But I feel like it does definitely need to be taken to another level, and not a level where it could be attacked for feminism, not in a feminist type of way. I noticed that is a very touchy topic in the Black community. Anytime a woman is on any platform, she's always asked if she's a feminist, and that seems very weak to me also by the men involved, because that seems like, so you mean to tell me if I was a feminist, you're not going to hear what I have to say, or it's going to crush you or hurt your platform or whatever it is that you got going on. But that is my message for today. Subscribe and like. Peace.